Well, the storm has passed through, but the storm is not over with for eastern North Carolina, especially the farmers.
You know, across eastern North Carolina, I think people are surprised at the amount of flooding that's taken place. And, you know, after the hurricane passed, I think we breathed a sigh of relief. We hadn't had the tremendous winds that, you know, we've had in past hurricanes, but now the flooding. And, you know, a lot of the water is actually coming from Greensboro East. It's got to move through eastern North Carolina in addition to the torrential rains that they had. So there is catastrophic flooding on the river basins in eastern North Carolina. I flew yesterday and observed it and saw many farms that were underwater, buildings, houses, tractors underwater, combines. So there's a lot of infrastructure damage in eastern North Carolina.
And some of the dams are still unstable. Some of the levees are still unstable, so there could be more water than even just the water that's coming from the west. It could be released quickly. There's some farms that people haven't been able to get out to, I'm sure, to even see their damage. What do they need to do when they finally do get to their fields or to their farmland?
Well, you know, the right now is trying to get back to the operation centers and trying to check on everything that they have going on, whether it be animal agriculture, crops in the field, stored crops. You know, power is a very important part of what we do in agriculture. We have sweet potatoes in storage. We had one winery that had 100,000 gallons worth of juice that were fermenting that lost power. So we worked with that one, but trying to get even you know, processors of foods back online with power and water. You know, all of that's problematic, and it's going to take some time.
I know a lot of the farmers, cotton farmers I saw before the storm, knew that the storm was coming. They tried to get in the fields. It wasn't exactly a situation where it had been dry leading up to this storm. What type of situation has that been having, and how has that caused even bigger delay now?
Well, you know, I visited northeastern North Carolina twice in a 3-week period because of rain events, and we were already saturated to the point that they were having trouble getting crops out of the field. And now you add this on top of it. You know, the reports I'm getting from our regional agronomists indicate that, you know, a lot of the crops that are in the field still are probably history. Some of them we don't know just yet. In the case of sweet potatoes, we could dig sweet potatoes and they look fine, put them in storage and they rot. So that, you know, that's the situation we're dealing with. So we've got a lot of things that's got to be done in a short period of time to get this big agricultural machine back and running in eastern North Carolina.
What did the farmers and even your department learn from Hurricane Floyd? I know seems to be even greater than Hurricane Floyd, but I remember during Hurricane Floyd visiting farmers down east, and some of the tobacco farmers who had their tobacco stored already. It was all rotted because they had 8 feet of water in their storage containers.
Well, you know, I think we did learn a lot of lessons from Hurricane Floyd. Even some lessons that you learn, there's nothing you can do about. I think farmers did very well preparing livestock for this event. And I think they moved what they could to higher ground. But if you saw what I saw, there is no high ground. It almost looks like one continuous ocean from the coast all the way back to even Smithfield. So it is a catastrophic situation. We'll be dealing with emergency management and FEMA on a lot of different issues in the weeks to come, and handle the issues as they come up one at a time. That's what we'll do right now.
And you have the hotline set up
We do.
for farmers as well, and the website as well, just in case they need to get a hold of you or get a hold of the department. So is that everything's been getting good response from there to get people?
We are. In fact, we're staffing the hotline 24 hours a day. And I was up in emergency management before I came over here, and we've got a huge staff up there that are taking requests as they come in and doing the best we can to fulfill the requests that come in. There's some things we can't do anything about. The big thing right now is power. And we've got people calling in saying, you know, I'm without power. And we turn that in to make sure that, you know, the power companies know. But, you know, we had 770,000 people in North Carolina without power at one time. So that's a slow process.
As the water starts to recede and we see the actual damage that's been done, even with the livestock especially, the any ones that couldn't get out, couldn't get escape, they might have been washed downstream. What do people need to know if they come across on their property where the water's receding? They've got livestock now on their property. They weren't a farm, but they just happen to have that.
Well, you know, if they will contact the Department of Agriculture, we certainly will work with the mortality disposal, and that, you know, that's yet to be seen. We don't know what animal mortality there's going to be. We know there's going to be some. When I see nothing but the roofs of houses sticking up and I see tractors underwater, then we're probably going to have drowned livestock and drowned wildlife. You know, I'll be amazed at how much wildlife we're going to lose out of this when there's no high ground and there's water everywhere. You know, I know most of the wildlife can swim, but how long can they swim? So that, you know, that's where we're at now. And as the water recedes, we'll know more.